So I'm gonna show a different CD collection tonight. This one is Golden Oldies. So this is stuff from 50s, 60s, 70s, mostly 50s, 60s I think. Anyway, I don't consider 80s to be Golden Oldies yet. I was born in the mid 80s, so I don't consider that stuff to be old yet. There's probably younger people out there than me who are probably like, yeah, that stuff's really old, but I don't consider it old yet. Anyway, first one I'm going to show is Etta James Gold. And I was first introduced to Etta James music, I guess it was about a year ago, when my friend and I would go to the Capitol to the jams that used to be every Wednesday night, and we would sing, like, they would be like kind of like the oldies stuff, like Elvis Presley and Orbison and that kind of stuff. So Buddy Holly, the Beatles, we'd sing that too. So, and then there was like a blues guitarist person there one time. They're like, "Oh, have you ever heard of Etta James? You know, your voice would really, you know, be good for blues and stuff. And you practice that." I'm like, "I've never heard of her." You know, you know, growing up in 90s small town. On the radio, you don't hear a lot of the old classic stuff, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go check out her music, and I listened to her stuff, and I think it's really awesome. So, yeah, stuff on here: Wallflower, Dear Starling, Sunday Kind of Love, At Last. So Something's Gonna Hold on Me, Rather Go Blind. I'd say The Blues Is My Business. That's like my favorite song of hers, like down pat. That's like the best one. Yeah, so I would like, once I heard of her music and listened to it, I was like, yeah, this stuff is really good. And I actually practiced it. And then for some reason we can never get around to getting together with this person to like record music or whatever, so it's like, okay, whatever. My friend and I have like other music projects we could do, so, but eventually I just like learned some of her songs, and then karaoke night, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna sing some Etta James, so that was a lot of fun at the O'Hanlon's. Such an Etta James, a lot of the same hits on here. Let's see, Born on the Bayou, Crawlin' King Snake, It's a Man's World, Hush Hush. Yeah, so just great tunes on this one too. And the Millennium Collection, Best of Etta James. This one has At Last, Someone's Got a Hold on Me, Pushover, Dearest Darling, Tell Mama Rather Go Blind. Just a great set. I don't think this has only about 11 tracks, and the other ones have like close to 20 on them, so this one isn't as big of a collection, but still pretty good. And this one is Etta James All the Way, and I think this is mostly covers, but I'm not sure because I've recognized some of the titles, like Imagine and I Believe I Can Fly in Purple Rain. So this is pretty good. She sings like really good songs for the covers. Awesome. And on this the Four Seasons Big Girls Don't Cry album. So it has the hit song Sherry, Big Girls Don't Cry, Walk Like a Man, Ain't That a Shame, Ragdoll. Those are all on here. And I think I found this at the Walmart bargain bin, the $5 bin. I'm like, whenever I go to Walmart, I love searching through the bargain bin and seeing what there is for like oldies music. Because sometimes you can find some really good stuff. So yeah, if people are really into oldie stuff like I am, but yeah, I'm like a nerd that way. I love really, really old music. So And this one is Paul Anka, Diana, 25 of his best loved songs. So it has like Lonely Boy, Adam and Eve, Let the Bells Keep Ringing, Cinderella, just a bunch of his classics. And this one I think I also got from the Walmart bargain bin. So, Walmart, great place to find old stuff if you're willing to search to like the bottom of the bin, because that's sometimes where the good stuff is. Anyway. And this one is Shannon. This is his album. So it has the Little Town Flirt and From Me to You, Do You Want to Dance, Stranger in Town, heads off to Larry, Runaway. That's pretty good. I don't think this one has. Yeah, this one doesn't have like it's like all his hits, but they've got like 16 tracks on here, so it's pretty good. And this one I think got from Vintage Vinyl, which is like one of those stores in the city here that just they have like just music and records, and actually they have cassette tapes too. It's like really retro there. That's stuff from like the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Sometimes you can find some early 2000s stuff, but it's mostly older stuff, and they have like records and stuff too. So this is a really good album. And I got Tina Turner, Simply the Best. So, well, pretty much all her hits here. Can't Stand the Rain, What's Love Got to Do with It, Not Much. City Limits, Steamy Windows, Private Dancer. There's an It Takes Two song. She did do it with Rod Stewart. So, pretty good. I love Tina Turner's music. She's just, she just rocks. I love singing her stuff at the karaoke nights. And this one also has like a lot of the hits on it too, the Tina album. And this one is Martha Reeves and the Vandellas Gold. Let's see, what would they have known for? Love is Like a Heat Wave, Quicksand, Wild One, Jimmy Mack. Yeah, they've got really good stuff. I love like the, what they call like the Motown stuff in the 60s, 70s and stuff. Just, I love all oldies stuff, basically, going back to the 1950s. I don't know. The music back then, I find, I don't know, it was just more simpler time, and the lyrics are just happier. I don't know what it is, but I just love all this music. Anyways, this is the Supremes. This is the Gold album, and it has, you know, all their hits. You know, Where Did Our Love Go, Baby Love, Stop in the Name of Love, Come See About Me, Can't Hurry Love, Reflections. Just like pretty much all their hits. And it's like really good. Definitely recommend it. Pointer Sisters, The Best Of. Of course, this includes their song Jump for My Love, which I think I first heard that song in like an orange juice commercial or something. I was like, well, that's a really cool song. And then it wasn't until like much later on when I was like browsing HMV, which before they turned to Sunrise Records, I was browsing there and was like, oh, they sang this song. Okay, that's awesome. So, pretty much I'd say, pretty much this whole album is like very good. You know, they've got their faster, upbeat tempo ones, and then they've also got their like slower songs. So, it's all pretty good. And this is Motown Classics, and this is like a various artists album. It's got the Marvelettes, Please Mr. Postman, Contours, Do You Love Me, Martha and the Vandellas, Heat Wave, Mary Wells, My Guy, The Supremes, Where Did Our Love Go, Temptations, My Girl, The Four Tops, Can't Help Myself, Sugar Pie Honey Bunch, Marvin Gaye, I Heard It Through the Grapevine, The Jackson 5, Around Here I Want You Back, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, These Things Tears of a Clown, and Stevie Wonder, Signed, Sealed, Delivered. So, I love this old stuff because like I used to watch a lot of the retro boogie dance party when I think Much More Music still plays it, I'm not sure, but on TV back in late 90s, early 2000s, they'd have that on like every weekend around 11 o'clock midnight, and they'd have like this like, I think it was called like a Soul Train thing or something. They had these people like dressed in like these really like retro costumes, and they'd have like some music playing in the background, people would just like dance and stuff, and it was a lot of fun to see. Like, yeah, I always feel like I was born the wrong generation or something. Like, I just love a lot of stuff from the past. I don't know. I mean, of course, I'm saying, you know, there's like, of course there are lots of good things today which, you know, you could not have in the past. You know, our healthcare is amazing, and dental care is amazing. Human rights obviously has improved significantly, you know, but music, you know, there's a lot of music today that is pretty good, but I don't know, it just doesn't have the classic sound it once did. Anyway, moving on. This one is the Temptations, and I also love their music a lot. This is like their greatest hits album or best of album. So, you know, it has the way you do things you do, My Girl, Ain't Too Proud to Beg, Cloud 9, Ball of Confusion, Just in My Imagination, Papa Was a Rolling Stone. So, definitely great album. This one, The Platters Golden Hits. I actually got this at a garage sale of all places. I also like to, you know, go to garage sales in the summertime and just see what I can find. I think I found a harmonica at a garage sale too. So I'm trying to learn a bit of that, see how that goes. But I think the harmonica I bought is like key of C or something, and I sing key of A, so it might be a little difficult, but we'll see. And anyway, yeah, this one, The Platters. Most of the stuff I'd say is like real like easy listening music. They don't have a lot of tunes on this particular album that have a lot of like upbeat tempo stuff, but it's still pretty good. So, and Marvin Gaye is the next one. This one I think is like a hits album. So it has How Sweet It Is to Be Loved by You, Ain't That Peculiar, It Takes Two, Ain't a Mountain High Enough, I Heard It Through the Grapevine. Just real good classics. That's a really great album. And then we got On a Summer. So we're moving into the disco. This is her hits album. So, you know, it has Hot Stuff, She Works Hard for the Money, On the Radio, Last Dance. So, really good dance tunes. I just love this. If I'm in the mood to like just relax and put on some music and just dance around for a while, I just do that. And I actually do that often. If it's like a really stressful day from work, or I just feel bored, or I just feel like in the wintertime when it's cold and it's a day where I'm not having to go to an appointment or shop or go to work or whatever, and I feel stuck inside the house, and it's like, I guess it can be get like to be 50 below some days around here in the winter time, and that sucks when it's so cold you don't want to go anywhere and you need to entertain yourself. That's what I do. I'll turn on some music and just dance or whatever. Read too, but music is my thing. And this one is the Donna Summer Abra album. It has Hey Hey Kissin' Goodbye on it, Can't Take Away Our Music, Jeannie Shouted Out, Fun Street, Nice to See You, Back Off Boogaloo. So, yeah, another good album. I don't think this is as well known as like some of her other hits, but it's also very disco, and it's got a lot of tunes that you can dance to, so it's good. And we got Buddy Holly, The Best Of. So obviously that has like That'll Be the Day, Peggy Sue, Not Fade Away, Oh Boy, It's So Easy, Rave On, True Love Ways, Think It Over. Yeah, I love the Buddy Holly and the Crickets. Their music is like amazing. And this one is the Buddy Holly Rockin' Roll Giants, which has basically, all his hits, the ones on here, and then, the You're So Square and Midnight Shift, Crying, Waiting, Hoping. And on disc 3 they have actually various artists, which includes like Eddie Cochran, Jerry Lee Lewis, Everly Brothers, Elvis Presley, Gene Vincent, Fats Domino, Little Richard, Orbison, Lloyd Price. So pretty good collection. So it's got like I say 40 songs of Buddy Holly and the Crickets, and then they have like 20 extra songs on the third disc of like various artists from the 50s, 60s. So I think mostly from the 50s. But yeah, really good if you get a chance to check it out. Definitely recommend it. And then they have Dion and the Belmonts. This is a 3 CD collection of like all their hits. Yeah, so the Run Around Sue, Teenager in Love, Paper Moon is on here. Yeah, The Wanderer is on here. Just all their hits. So definitely recommend this one if you love old classic rock and roll. Anyway. And then I got the Beatles, the Beatles albums here, and this is the first recordings album. So like this is like their really early stuff, even probably, if not the early 60s, probably like the late 50s or very, very early 60s, because I think their first hit in Britain was Love Me Do in around 62-ish or thereabouts. So a lot of these songs on here, they actually have 2 discs on here. One is the mono versions and the other one is the stereo versions. They have Ain't She Sweet, My Bonnie, When the Saints Go Marching In, Cry for a Shadow, Why, Sweet Georgia Brown, an English intro to My Bonnie, Nobody's Child, the Saints medley version, there's some other medley versions, My Bonnie, Cry for a Shadow. So yeah, this is like the very, very, very early stuff. So it sounds a lot different from, Hard Day's Night and stuff like that. But it's not, I don't say it isn't like as probably upbeat as like their like known stuff, but definitely pretty good. Definitely worth listen to, because I don't know, I'm always like interested in like hearing like the really, really like early version stuff of a band sometimes, especially Beatles. I think I first listened to the Beatles in like high school. They came on like 62 Cool, which was like the Oldies station around here. And I first listened to them in like high school, and I think I heard like, it was either Twist and Shout or maybe Let It Be or Can't Buy Me Love. One of those songs on the radio I heard. And then I think I heard Paperback Writer on Much More Music one time, and I was like, well, there's some, their songs are like amazing lyrics, the beats, and then I was a Beatles fan ever since. So the next one here is Can't Buy Me Love album. I think I found this at the Walmart bargain bin too. So yeah, just Can't Buy Me Love, From Me to You. Yeah, I think this Mr. Moonlight. That's a pretty good song too. So pretty good classics. And then the Twist and Shout album, which I think also found this from the $5 bin. A lot of stuff ends up there. Anyway, yeah, this one is I Want to Hold Your Hand, She Loves You, Taste of Honey, Twist and Shout, Rock and Roll Music, 8 Days a Week, Follow the Sun, Babies in Black, Things We Said Today, Tell Me Why, Money. So pretty much, good mix of upbeat Beatles stuff and then the medley. And the classic Hard Day's Night, which is the soundtrack to the movie. It was amazing. And this is with the Beatles. So it has It Won't Be Long, All I Got to Do, Please Mr. Postman, the cover of that, Roll Over Beethoven, You Really Got a Hold on Me, Devil in Her Heart, Money, That's What I Want, Not a Second Time. Yeah, so pretty good album, very good one. And then we got Abbey Road. First says Oh Darling, Octopus's Garden. Yeah, so that one too. And the last one here is the Please Please Me album. So that's like Love Me Do, Saw Her Standing There, Taste of Honey, Twist and Shout. Yeah, all good classics. And that's my collection of the golden oldies stuff. And it's like 1 in the morning now, and I gotta get some sleep. So I hope everyone has a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.